spring then prevents the axle from moving longitudinally. A swinging shackle at the rear allows the semi-elliptical spring to flatten out under load, which provides for vertical movement. As well, the driving forces can be transferred through the spring to the frame. Driving thrust is transferred from the tire contact patch through the axle housing and front half of the spring to the fixed shackle point. This pushes the vehicle along the road. During braking, the torque tries to twist the axle housing around its center, but it's held firmly, clamped to the spring, and any twisting effect is resisted by the relatively stiff spring. During cornering, lateral movement of the axle housing is prevented by its location on the spring's center bolts and by the spring shackles. Leaf springs perform these functions well, but the transfer of forces interferes with the suspension function and ride quality is compromised. On an axle of this type, the use of coil springs allows the spring to carry out the function of suspension only. The axle housing is usually fastened longitudinally by upper and lower control arms, and laterally either by the angle of the control arms or by a separate panhard rod or Watts linkage. The control arms have flexible bushes at each connecting point to allow for suspension movement. The driving thrust and braking torque are transferred through the control arms and bushes to the frame.
Alright, let's take a break. Meet you out in the shop. It's 8:43. I'll meet you out there at 9 in front of that trainer right there.